it's still to be done. So they're going to take one game at a time. 15 points clear now. Man United, all they need to do, win today's match and see if they can close the gap to 12.
Yeah.
If they can do that, you know that Pep will have to be on his toes. But I want to take it from what Jurgen Klopp said, in the sense that he says, look, the way Manchester City played against them, it seems they will not be able to lose any other game this year.
If you were a manager and, I mean, they played against all the teams in the Premiership. It wasn't just Liverpool. Everybody wanted them to lose. And it has happened. We knew that they were always going to lose. A lot of people were already saying they were going to go the season unbeaten. And even the manager was, look, he wasn't sure that that was going to happen. And he said, I mean, for us, for all football fans, journalists, everybody, we've always talked about the English Premier League being the most competitive. Then in the season, one team comes and begins to blow out everybody. And by January, and by the end of December, you are calling the others teams that are fighting for the top 4. Nobody's a contender anymore. As it is, it's just the title is for City to lose. But I think this was a good one. If there was any team that could get the job done, we always, on the day that Liverpool, the players have their head on their shoulders, you know that Liverpool can't do it. Yeah. If any team can hurt Manchester City, it's obviously Liverpool. Of course, again, you can say maybe Jose Mourinho, if he has the right kind of players to do the job. Tactically, it's another manager that could, you know, get it done. But, you know, it's happened. We'll see how far it goes from there. Let's take a look at some vital stats from that game, if we can quickly do that. You know, let's see if the scoreline truly tells the story of that game. Liverpool, Manchester City. Ironically, the team that lost had more of the possession. And there you have it. I mean, very little difference from both sides. Look at the shots on target. Liverpool had more, had 8. Shots off target, Liverpool 6, Manchester City 4. Possession, this is, I mean, I'm surprised. Liverpool 37, Manchester City
63.
Even when they were, I mean, they stuck to it, kept to their philosophy, even when it was 4-1. And some people were saying if they had 5 minutes, if they had 5 minutes, they could have done the job.
Won the game.
Fouls, I mean, it was a game that had fouls. The referee did his best. There was no red card. 10 on the side of Liverpool, 7 on the side of City. Yellow cards. City had more, 3. Liverpool had 2. Corners, Liverpool had 5. Manchester City had 6. The offsides was 3-3 apiece. And the goal kicks, Liverpool 6 and Manchester City 9. I mean, even the stats, without even taking a look at the result, even the stats show you how close it was. And it shows that if Liverpool probably had more possession, it probably would have been a blowout because they seem to know how to take their chances when they create it. Defending has let them down a lot this season, but Liverpool, the players, seem to know. But the big question, Cecilia, is how much of a miss will Coutinho be? That's the question everybody's asking. Okay,
Yemi, this is just one game, right? I mean, somebody tweeted and said, because a commentator was talking about Chamberlain and all that, his name is not Chamberlain or whatever, because of his performance. I mean, some people even named man of the match on the day because of his performance. You know, when you have a player just having a very fantastic performance, or rather a team, because a major player just left, you still have the fabulous 4, as I will call them. But when you have fabulous 3 now, when you have Coutinho leaving and they went all out to beat Manchester City, you wouldn't just say it's over. They will not miss him.
Okay.
There's some games, obviously, you know, they would have needed him. But right now, from the way they play, if Liverpool can continue like this, you know, I see them, the United, their draws they've had this season might just come back to hunt them. If they continue this way, remember they've not lost at Anfield this season, so that's something you need to look forward to. I think they'll definitely, no matter what, they'll obviously miss Coutinho. They'll obviously miss him.
Okay.
But Salah is playing very well. Sadio Mane, you know, came to the party.
At some point, could even start in the team
anymore. In the team, you know. Firmino also, he was there. I mean, even when Lallana came on, I was afraid. You know, I felt, why are you bringing out your key players and all that? And it's just 7 minutes. City might just want to retaliate. And of course, they did. You know, before you know it, they had 2. As you said, if it has gone on to extra 3 or 4 minutes, come on, we'd have been having another Liverpool, you know, licking their wounds again. You know, what happened between them and Arsenal, that draw, which wasn't really necessary because they had it. It was 3-1 at the point, but it ended 3-3. But this one, they were able to hold on. For the first time, we saw Liverpool who could, you know, were able to hold on and just had to end that 23 games unbeaten run for Manchester City. I think I'll just read one tweet to wrap up this particular Man City game, coming from Akinloye Kende. He says something. He said, yesterday I saw how all other teams in England come together just to see City lose and end their unbeaten run. So it's like they want Pep Guardiola to come to England also and keep dominating. So it's finally over for Pep Guardiola. So he needs to start another one again. If it's going to be a winning run or unbeaten, whatever it's going to be, we'll really need to see what he's going to do next.
Yeah, I still feel that they have their hands wrapped around the title. It's just that they won't win it unbeaten. That's just but City are a very good side. I'm struggling to see anybody that will come close to them this season. All right, I think it's time to go on okay, I was thinking we were going to go on break. All right, let me use this opportunity to bring you into all that we're doing on the show. We've talked about, a whole lot of things. We've been able to talk about the Ombe Super Eagles. We've talked about boxing, the big one, Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. And, of course, talked about the NBA, a whole lot of issues on the show. So if you want to be a part of what we're doing with a few minutes left on the show, send us a mail, sportsthismoney@channelstv.com. Get across to us on Facebook, Channel 7 Sports, and, of course, our verified handle where you can keep the conversation going even when we leave the studios at channels_sports. That's how you can get your voice heard across the globe, and we'll let the whole world know how you feel about some of these issues that we have raised. Okay, so we move on.
Before we go on the break, quickly talk about the German Bundesliga is back, is resuming. They've had a lot of break, but then Borussia Dortmund, you've seen another good one for them coming in from that break. Aubameyang suspended. Aubameyang, I think
if he wants to go, he should just
They should let him go. The club should let him go because it's not really looking good. Without him, they were just able to, get that desired result that they needed against Wolfsburg on Sunday. So when you have your top striker suspended for disciplinary action again, so sometimes it's always very difficult for the club to coach. But we just hope and pray and see what's going to happen to Aubameyang. They should just let him go so that he will know that his mind and heart is actually where he really needs to be. Go for that break now. We'll come back. We'll look at the papers.